is he doing?
Kuya. Kuya. Hoi.
Papa, hey, how are we doing the same thing?
For real nice.
And point out some things which now. This canal opened in 1801 to bring goods from the industrial north of the country down to the south. If you were to go in the opposite direction on this boat today, you could go up to Birmingham, Manchester, or to the west of the country to Bristol. The island which you see on the right of us here is called Browning Island. The island composed poetry. The Grand Union Canal goes around to the right of the island, up to the Paddington Basin, where it comes to a stop.
It's bathing itself.
What is that?
This one.
What is it doing?
On the left-hand side of the canal, you can see a walkway. This house had no engines,
Yeah.
so in order to navigate the canals, the horse would have been tethered to the front of the boat. The horse would walk along the towpath, towing the boat along behind it, hence the name the towpath. This canal opened in 1810 to bring goods further into London and to and from the docks. All the boats moored along this stretch of the canal are on permanent moorings, and people live in these boats all year round.
People live there.
These are narrow boats. On board the boats, they have running water and flushing toilets. The people living on the boats cook using bottled gas, and in the winter they heat their boats with either coal-fired or wood-fired burners. Their wastewater and sewage is pumped out of pump stations which are situated along the canal. When the canals were first built, they had no mechanised machinery, so all the canals were dug out by hand. Many of the men who worked on the construction of the canal system were migrants from Ireland, many of whom had a naval background, and they became known as navvies. The word navvy was still used in England up until the mid-60s, and generally referred to men who worked on the construction of the motorways.
Look at those houses.
The majority of the boats which you see moored along here are built from wood and steel, much the same as Jason's is constructed from wood and steel. To wait the boat at the other end. In order to get through the tunnel, the crew would lay a plank of wood across the front of the boat. A member of the crew would lay either end of the plank on their back 50 metres in length. As horses towed boats along the canal, leaving these marks in the metal. It's called the Lisson Ride. We are in the Lisson Road area of London, and this is the widest section of the canal between Little Venice and Camden, and it's the only section of the canal wide enough to allow a boat of this length to be able to safely turn. A number of archways underneath the power station. Here the canal users would have been able to rest their horses or exchange them for fresh horses if they had to continue their journeys. similar in size to the one on this boat, which is no bigger than a large cupboard. So not very many comforts. And whilst it may seem harsh for children to be working on canal boats, we have to remember that in Victorian England, children were often sent up chimneys to sweep the chimneys. And I suspect many more children died sweeping. Size to the garden of Buckingham Palace. On the right-hand side of the canal there are a number of very large properties. These properties have been designed in the manner of John Nash. These properties are only available on a leasehold basis. On the other side of where these properties sit, like the United Kingdom, that property the Tyburn Bridge flows the Tyburn River. The Tyburn is one of a number of hidden rivers in London. These are rivers which still flow through. On either side of the canal supporting the bridge are from the original and were used again in its reconstruction. A nice one all over. We are now passing through London Zoo. It's now a climate enclosure. Ahead of us is them showing the Chinese restaurant, as it is the boat users on the canal, as people run. Children and young people, as you can see out on the canal here, teaching them boating skills and canal safety.
Did I get this on myself?
No, you got that here.
This organisation is run primarily by volunteers and depends on national funding from voluntary donations.
The water, yay!
Oh, look at the kids. Look.
What is kayaking, Daddy? Daddy, what is kayaking?
You get on this little small thing.
I'm not a good boat.
But don't drop your toy.
He dropped it.
We have now arrived in Camden Town.
No, I didn't.
Camden Town was once a very industrial part of North London. Camden Town today is more famous for its market,
Papa.
its many music venues
This
and
could have
pubs.
waterproof, but
And Camden Town is where the band Madness first found fame, and it's also the former home to the late singer Amy Winehouse. I would like to take this opportunity to say thank you very much for travelling the places this afternoon. I do hope that you've enjoyed your trip, and hopefully we will see some of you again sometime.